There comes a time in everyone's life when something changes without making a sound. It's not a sudden event, it's not a spectacular revelation. It's rather a subtle, almost imperceptible sensation, as if a silent light were turning on inside you. An awareness you can't explain, but which feels profoundly true. Maybe it's already happened to you. A moment when you stop to think, even for just a few seconds, that the reality you experience every day isn't all there is. That beneath the surface of things, beneath automatic thoughts and daily habits, there's something deeper calling you. Not everyone heeds this call. Most people live immersed in the constant noise of the mind, repetitive thoughts, worries, and expectations. But some people, a very few, are beginning to sense that there's something else. A more subtle level of existence that demands recognition. If you are hearing these words, chances are you are one of those people. Many describe this feeling as a gradual awakening. It doesn't happen suddenly. It's not a spectacular event. Rather, it's a slow shift in the way you perceive yourself and the world around you. You begin to notice that certain reactions no longer belong to you, that certain fears no longer define you, that certain questions emerge spontaneously, without you even asking for them. One of the first things that changes is the way you experience your thoughts. You realize that you are not your thoughts, but the one who observes them. And this simple awareness has the power to transform everything. Thoughts begin to lose their absolute power. They don't disappear, but they cease to dominate you. They become like clouds crossing the sky, present, but not permanent. And in that space of observation, a new form of freedom is born. Many people don't realize how much they're driven by automatic patterns, repetitive, emotional reactions, ancient fears that continue to influence current choices, learned behaviors that are never questioned. But when you begin to observe all this mindfully, something loosens. It's like a part of you waking up from a long sleep. In this state of heightened presence, the body also begins to communicate differently. Tensions become signals, sensations become messages. The body ceases to be just a container and becomes an ally, a silent language that, if listened to, can guide you with surprising precision. Many people report feeling a heightened sensitivity, a more intense perception of emotions, environments, and the energies around them. It's not fragility, it's openness. It's the ability to feel more deeply, to grasp nuances that previously went unnoticed. This sensitivity, however, isn't always easy to manage. Sometimes it can seem overwhelming. This is why it's important to learn to ground yourself, stay present, and not get lost in emotional fluxes. Over time, what initially seems like confusion becomes clarity. And then something even more profound happens. You begin to sense a broader connection with people, with nature, with something that goes beyond the individual. It's not about beliefs or abstract concepts, but a profound sense of belonging, difficult to explain in words. In this state, coincidences seem to increase. Encounters take on a new meaning. Situations seem to align in unexpected ways. Not because the universe is rewarding someone, but because your perception has become more sensitive to signals you previously ignored. This is where many people begin to talk about awakening, not as a mystical event, but as a gradual process of reconnecting with oneself. An awakening doesn't make you special or superior. It simply makes you more aware, more present, more authentic. And with this awareness comes a new responsibility to live more authentically, more coherently with what you feel deep down, to listen to your body when it warns you, to respect your limits, to honor your sensitivity instead of repressing it. And as you remain in this state of listening, you may begin to sense something even more subtle. Not a thought, not a precise image, but a silent presence that seems to observe everything from within. It is as if, beneath the habitual noise of the mind, There has always been a calm, stable, still space. A space that doesn't judge, doesn't comment, doesn't react. A space that simply is. Many people never notice this deeper level because the mind is accustomed to filling every silence. But when you allow that silence to exist, even for just a few moments, something changes. Time slows, sensations soften, the boundaries between inside and outside begin to blur. At that moment, you may notice that your breathing becomes deeper. Not because you're controlling it, but because the body feels safe. And when the body feels safe, the mind stops defending itself. This is where a silent but profound transformation takes place. You may begin to feel the weight on your shoulders lift. You may feel a warm or light sensation in your chest. Perhaps you feel a sense of opening, as if something is slowly melting from within. Don't force anything. Let it happen by itself. This sense of presence has always been there, even in the most difficult moments. It was just often drowned out by the noise of thoughts, worries, and other people's expectations. Now, however, it has room to emerge. In this space, you are not defined by your roles, your mistakes, or your fears. Here you are not what you do, nor what you think you should be. Here you are simply awareness observing. And it's precisely in this observation that something subtle yet powerful happens. You begin to recognize that not everything you feel is yours. Some emotions pass, others remain, but none of them completely define you. This awareness is liberating. It allows you to stop reacting automatically. It gives you room for choice. Many people seek this state externally, in powerful experiences, in constant stimulation, in distractions. But the truth is, it's always been there, beneath the surface, waiting to be recognized. And the more you stay in touch with this space, the more familiar it becomes. It's not something to achieve, it's something to remember. In this state, time loses its importance. Minutes no longer matter. There is only a constant, silent, stable presence. A foundation to which you can return whenever your mind becomes agitated. If you wish, you can simply stay here a little longer. Breathe. Listen. Let the words flow like a background without actively following them. You don't have to understand everything. You don't have to memorize anything. It is enough to let the experience pass through you. And as you continue to listen, something inside you aligns. Not suddenly, but naturally. Like when the body spontaneously finds a more comfortable position. This space is not something you have to create. It's something you can recognize every time you come back to yourself. And even when the video ends, even when you return to your activities, this feeling will not be lost. It will remain as a silent point of reference, always available. Because in reality, what you are discovering now is not something new. It's something that's always been there, waiting for you to notice. Many people discover on this journey that what they were seeking outside was always within them. Peace, clarity, direction, everything was already there waiting to be recognized. This doesn't mean life suddenly becomes simple. It means you learn to be with what is without running away. To observe instead of reacting. To understand instead of judging. And from this space, a different kind of strength is born. A silent, stable, rooted strength. Not a force that imposes, but a presence that supports. If you're listening to these words and feel something resonate deeply, know that you're not alone. Many are going through the same process, albeit in different ways, and every journey is valid, unique, necessary. This path doesn't require perfection, It only requires honesty with yourself, the courage to look within, the willingness to listen. And as you keep doing that, something inside you aligns. The noise fades, clarity increases, and you begin to recognize, calmly and effortlessly, who you really are. This is the beginning of something new. Not a sudden change, but a profound transformation. Silent, authentic, old,